Hi, Frank. My name is Camila. I'm from Metrópoles, Brazil. So
Hi,
nice to talk to
Camila.
you.
Thank
So nice
you.
to talk to you about this movie.
Ninguém deixou solo até eu receber minha propriedade. Porque você me traiu. Achou que eu ia deixar você escapar?
So first, I wanted to ask you, where did this idea to do the bluff came from, and what made you want to tell this story?
Well, I'm from the Caribbean. And so in Cayman Islands, where I grew up, we didn't really celebrate Halloween. We celebrate Pirates Week. So every November, we dress up. The whole country would come out and they would stage this invasion with these boats and pyrotechnics and sword fights and all that. And, as a kid, you're not sure what's real, what's not. So there's this scariness and this intensity, but you're with your parents. So you're like, it must be safe. And so the joy and the visceral core memory of pirates has always been in me. And then my writing partner, Joe, he called me one day. He said, I have this idea. What about Straw Dogs with pirates? And Straw Dogs is one of my favorite films, along with City of God from Brazil. And so we talked about this idea of making a home invasion movie, right? This
Yeah.
idea of a character who was pushed to the edge to defend what they love, to defend their home with extreme violence. And that was really the impetus for this. And to be quite frank, to tell a pirate story from a Caribbean perspective also was something that we had never seen before.
And you said a little bit about your references, like these movies that inspired you. What can you tell us about where the vibe, the references, the inspirations you had for this movie specifically, not just on your life? I don't know.
Absolutely. So, from my very first meeting at Agbo with the Russo siblings, I said to
Yeah.
them, my vision is to really try and bring this visceral, raw, authentic intentionality to how we show pirates. If I look and I do my research, I learned that pirates were actually a collection of the best killers from all around the world. And so the idea of showing them more like a strike force, more like an invading army, and the visuals that go with that. I mentioned City of God. You guys have Elite Squad too, which I love. But the idea of putting the camera behind them and running with them onto the beach and really feeling the action and tasting the salt and the sweat and the blood. And so from the very beginning, that was the approach that we wanted to do. And they had made Extraction, and that was another one that I pulled from that felt it blended the cinematic and the epic, but there was also an emotional connection to the action. You felt like you were in it and you were really feeling something. And so that was something we had to balance throughout the whole movie. It's a woman who's protecting her family.
Yeah. Speaking of the woman, how was it working with Priyanka and Carl? Did they help in any way to shape their characters the way they were brought up to in the screen?
Absolutely. I wish that I was brilliant enough to do that on my own. But everything in a movie is a collaboration. And when you have actors like Priyanka Chopra Jonas and Carl Urban, you know that what's on the page is going to get amplified times 10. So Priyanka was a producer in the movie, so she was on first. And from the very beginning, we talked about Bloody Mary and who she was and what her life would have been like. And then Carl, what's so great about Carl is he goes deep on a role. He goes deep in his research. He prepares in a way that is so incredible and so inspiring, because that every idea is every movement from his wardrobe. He said, okay, well, this jacket we were designing with Antoinette Massam, my costume designer, who's also Caribbean, and we were talking about this might have come from when he was an officer at the trading company, and this sword he might have taken from a dead colonizer, and all these different things that made sure that every bit of it, whether you'll know it or not, maybe it's hidden in the details of the film, but everything was so intentional and so thoughtful. And their backstory, you watch these action movies and sometimes you go, well, they're right there. Why don't they just shoot each other in the head and the movie's over? No.
Yeah.
If you watch the movie, you'll see there's the turns and the twists, and you'll understand why that didn't happen. And then later on, when he says, dead or alive, let's do it, you understand the emotional journey that these characters are taking. And the actors brought so much to that to lift the
Yeah.
movie and make it special. Thank you very much. And
Thank
I
you
hope
so
Brazil
much.
enjoys it. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Bye bye.
Yes.